Yeah, I believe last time we left off in Blackwald Point, you all had finally put all the clues together to figure out the mystical location of the hidden trapdoor underneath the guardhouse to this decrepit town that which you had been sent to by the
Golden
by
Giant.
your benefactor slash job hirer, etc. Actually, he was blue. He wasn't golden.
No, I just call him Golden because he had so much shit around him that was
Yeah,
worth so
that
much more.
he lent you magical items to accomplish your goals because he can't go down here. He's like too fucking big, so he needs to like hire people of normal size to go down here to get the item he wants. He's offered to pay you as well as a percentage of any gold you find down here. But again, I believe he's mentioned before that you can keep whatever else you find. Um, yeah, basically you had just opened this trap, or actually you had used these magical items in combination to unlock the trap door, and you were standing above it when we first left off. So, first thing we should do is Digitale.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh dear God, what the
Yeah.
fuck was that?
That
Quote,
was.
never again.
I'm sorry. I can't help when my family are calling
You
me.
can. It's called push to talk.
That's why I live alone.
Yes, that's why. I'm sorry,
What's
that
up?
was cruel. Anyways, Digitale, explain to the rest of us why you've been following this wagon for 3 days. And who exactly has been following this wagon?
I'm gonna go with my fighter Borden. Um, what exactly does the wagon like the group look like? I can get a better picture of what I'm doing that way.
Apparently one of them is a ghost.
No, it's my character is. I actually can't exactly figure out what. Pretty much just straight up just some guy who looks kind of evil. Even
Well,
though
I was mainly meaning like, does it look like a merchant's caravan or what?
do we look like a merchant
Well, I
caravan?
mean, the wagon itself is. I can hear myself through somebody else's mic. Quote. There you go. The wagon itself is like massive. It's like a giant. If a giant had a wagon, it's like pulled by a large number of horses. So I mean, you had to make of it what you will, because it looks like a moving building, and it has a number of cheetahs surrounding it, walking around. Every so often, there's a person walking along with it. You'd recognize them as guardsmen from your town. At the front of the wagon is like a giant blue figure, very skinny, long arms. I mean, they'd stopped by your. Well, no, actually, they didn't stop by the town. They got lured away from the town to meet this guy. So you wouldn't have even seen them if you were in the town. So you must have been outside the town at some point to have tracked all these people.
Well, I'm assuming that a giant house-like caravan would have piqued my interest, so I would have been following, trying to catch up with it.
It's not so much a caravan as it's a single wagon.
I know, but if it's like house size, I probably would have been intrigued, so I would have been trying to catch up with it, but staying away from the cheetah.
Well, many cheetah actually, but okay, let's because I mean they've traveled for about 3 days now, so you've been following it for 3 days.
I'm surprised they haven't noticed me.
Are you fairly good at stealth, or maybe you were staying a long ways away from it, or
I'm staying far enough away that if the things walking around come after me, I can quickly run off.
okay? And after 3 days, they approach this like decrepit town in the mountains and well, I'm sorry, the cliff's edge, and I mean, what's your approach on this? Also, which character did you say?
Board and the human fighter.
Okay. Yeah, so what's your approach?
Do I see any human or somebody I can talk to while walking around?
I mean, that is up to the party.
Anyone outside?
Why the caravan? No, we're all going down the thing.
I mean, this could be at any point. You guys could have been like still figuring the shit out about the thing when he's on approach. And you guys thought we'd have a problem with all people talking with 7 people in a group.
Yeah, no, that I joined. Nobody wants to talk.
I
It's 'cause
just
we're
like
shy.
legitimately, you got me on push to talk. I don't talk as much.
Who were the people that were standing outside? I know I was one of them. Whenever we were coming up.
I was.
I believe I was.
All right. I would try and signal to whoever was closest, calling out, say, "Hey, traveler."
Just to make sure, he's not just someone from the village, right?
Yes, he's from
We
your village.
don't know.
So like, would we know him? Like on a recognition of like, oh, he's from the village. I've seen him there several times. Never talked to him, but see.
It's up to you.
What village again?
I actually don't know what the village is.
Blackwald Point.
Ah.
It's right there in the title.
Makes sense. But yeah, I would be signaling to which one ever is close. So whoever wants to speak up first.
Okay, hold on, I got you. Ugh. Good morrow to you, adventurer. What brings ye out here?
Very auspicious traveling house you have here. I've been trying to catch up for a good 3 days and nights now. I was actually passing by. I saw y'all heading off, and rather curious as to how you procured such a big wagon.
How we procured such a big wagon? Well, it
We
came
were
with a
hired
giant
by
person,
someone
you
with a big
see.
wagon.
You don't see you don't see the giant with us.
Came with a big blue man.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
and
he's
at
back
that
over
point-
yonder a little bit.
Yeah, at that point, I would start searching for the big giant blue guy.
Well, I mean, he'd be standing outside the wagon,
And
Our
as soon as-
surrounded
well,
by the
as-
cheetahs and everything.
Well, as soon as I saw him, I'd probably take a step back and be like, "Whoa, that's a big fella." I completely missed him the first time I was looking around.
Maybe you mistook him for a couple of trees.
Might I ask where you lot are heading?
I'm gonna look at the big giant guy and go, we simply follow the man who pays.
I mean, aren't we gonna go down that hole we just found?
Was the
I don't think we've
intention.
found it at this point.
Yeah. How early on is this? Like in the actual adventure?
So I'm saying you'll probably just open the hole.
Then yeah, we're
Yeah.
about to go down the hole.
Come, new adventurer. You may take first steps into this uncharted land.
And just so y'all can get a better picture of what my character looks like, he is a 5'6" human, blonde hair, blue eyes, roughly in his late 20s, wearing chainmail and wielding a lance.
A lance.
With a long sword strapped to his side.
Hey, now I know this isn't like the best option, and it might not even work. But we did get some magical items. You could beg him to say, "Hey, can I get one? Can I get some of that good shit?" Basically, we got temporary magic items to,
Let's complete this dungeon. Or
yeah, it's just
We
We
basically
got some cool shit, so let's go.
So what you're trying to say is you're telling me to come with
No,
Yes.
yeah, like you guys want to come, you want to come
more
and
the
with me.
merrier.
to beg your benefactor for a magical item of sorts.
I mean, ask him if he's willing to pay you too.
If he's willing to hire you on as an extra hand in this group. I don't know how much, like, he can't get into the actual place, but he can see us doing some stuff while we're moving around and everything, right, Theta?
Yeah, he's been watching you.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
possible to say that he might think we might need the extra help.
I would immediately like glance over the and look kind of nervous about even the thought of approaching the giant blue guy.
Sell those nervous thoughts to gold.
Mm. I don't want to get mauled.
He's not that
So
bad.
speak politely.
Oh, God.
Just to rehash, Serene, the tall arcane that we're talking about here. He's like a blue giant with lanky, long arms with extremely thin fingers. Each finger seems to have like an extra joint on it than is most common in humans. He's wearing long dress robes. Has a heavy armor of chain underneath the robes that you can see sticking out every time he like extends his arms. Portions of it seem to be stitched in with plate. Otherwise, yeah, he towers above you guys.
But after saying that, I would like walk over, not close enough, not too close, but just enough to where he could probably hear me, and give like a nice bow, and say, "Oh, giant blue one."
Giant blue guy.
Well, I don't know his name.
Papa
So-
Smurf!
Um, would you be so kind as to need my aid in this group of merry misfits?
Mercenaries.
You
Merry
seek
misfits.
to join the endeavor. Is that what I am hearing?
Yes, your greatness.
This is so cringy.
The pleasantries are not required. Would you be... He looks over at the rest of you, like trying to judge whether this is just out of the blue or... I mean, because he's seen you talking together. Would you be joining in with the prior agreement that's been made with the others?
Would you mind re-explaining the prior agreement?
And throw a rock at him and then just give him a fucking doing slow.
The prior agreement being that upon the retrieval of the cube, each member of the party would receive 1,000 gold pieces, as well as a 20% monetary share of any treasure recovered. Physical items beyond the cube do
as
not
well as what?
concern me. I'm sorry,
20% share of all money found.
I would just like look wide-eyed for a second, and then I'd be like, "Yeah, that agreement sounds pretty fair."
He gestures towards the rest of the party then. Very well. Join with your brothers in this endeavor.
And then I'd like point my thumb like over my shoulder, point my thumb at the character quotes and be like, he mentioned something about temporary magical equipment.
Ah, yes, of course. And he waves his hand in the air, and like trailing behind his hand is like it's like he's wiping away smudge marks on reality, because as he does so you can see through to some mystical foreign place where he reaches his arm in and pulls out this chest. And when he does so, he opens it and he pulls an item out and he leans down to hand it to you. And you can go ahead and mark down on your sheet that you have a +1 light crossbow.
Thank you, your greatness. And then I just like cringe and walk back to the party.
Yeah, and he pushes the chest back in through the smudge mark and then wipes it back away.
That's probably the most impressive thing he's done in the game. Because that's like really like cool. Fucking like, oh, gotta get that thing. Just wipe away reality.
Anyways, you're all together again. What's now?
Let's beat him up and steal his items. Don't use his
go down.
corpse.
Wait,
Let's
hold on. Before we do anything, we have to all stop and praise the sun.
Let me see.
So we
I-
have all
Praise
we
the
all take an
sun.
hour to pray to the sun.
Short rest.
No, we're praying. We're not resting. We're praying. You want me to make a religion check for you, Dan?
Sure, go ahead if you want.
We just had a rest.
Can the rest of us just go on while he prays?
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just go on while he sits here and prays for a while.
Look at
Yeah,
my
I'm going with the
religion.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Sir Arthur's Sir Onmund, sorry. I mean, you would, I guess, see your companions like marching away down towards the tunnel, and it would like distract you from your prayers because your religion roll was so low.
I mean,
See,
just 'cause they're
you might,
humans
like-
doesn't mean I am.
Well, I mean, you might start to pray and you realize they're all walking away from you, and you know your prayers are going to take like an hour, and then it's like, well, fuck. It's really
I'll pray
really
now.
distracting you.
I'll pray and walk.
And as we're walking, I'm talking to everyone, trying to get everyone's names and such.
You don't remember us from the village? Wow, you really don't talk to us often, do you?
I know what you look like, not what your names are.
I know the village is full of weirdos and freaks, but like, geez, man, you could at least like learn the names. Wait, what is your character again?
Human fighter.
Ha.
Ah, one of the normies then.
Like the idea that he's just some normie and everybody else in the group is just super weird and like a rare breed of a character.
I picked
there other
I
humans?
picked human for a specific reason.
Variant human.
Exactly.
Humans can be
no,
very OP.
Variant humans are probably the best, like just generic class out of the original handbook.
And the reason why I have Lance is I took the sentinel feat.
Oh, you're
Feet.
gonna
Took
be
the what feat?
that kind of a fighter.
You should bring your mount into the evil dungeon.
You took what feat?
Sentinel. So
Sentinel.
I have opportunity attacks whenever they leave,
Oh, sweet.
even if they disengage.
Oh, nice.
Isn't there
And
something
you
That's
have a
about
actually
the
ten
really
foot
lance?
cool.
though?
radius, so. Do you have a lance?
Yes.
Oh god.
Something about the lance, though. I'm trying to remember what it is.
It's useless in foot combat.
I have a lance. I have and a longsword.
You should get a what's that other thing called? Trident.
Well, I mean, a whip also has range.
Yes, but a whip also has shitty damage.
Well, the
I mean-
lance gets disadvantage if it's not attacking at range.
Yeah.
Also, a lance requires 2 hands to wield when you aren't mounted.
You know, that's why I have the longsword just in case.
Right. No, I'm just remembering there was something about the lance I was trying to remember. And I think that comes up because... Yeah, because of your fighting style. So if you're trying to use your fighting style with a lance when you're not mounted, that's not going to work out for you.
Oh no, my fighting style is dueling, so it's a one-handed weapon,
Yeah, so if you're using it on a horse, it's fine.
which is the longsword.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to clarify before it ever comes up. That way it's not a surprise. No disappointments before you get into a fight.
Oh no, I've used the lance before. It's disadvantage if it's within 5 feet. It's normal attack if it's within 10 feet, and it's two-handed if you're not on a horse.
Right. And the dueling requires to be in one hand, so... Yep. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
don't get the +2 with it.
Everything clarified. Okay. What do
By
y'all
the way,
doing?
Digitali, just one more keynote. The difficulty is quite high, so just be prepared.
Welcome to the party.
That's
We're
why
all gonna
that's why I
die.
have you guys.
Yeah, no, that doesn't matter. You can just get fucking like tramped by just like 3 guys coming in and beating the shit out of you.
We'll be perfectly fine. All right, let's go.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You plenty of healing in the group. I have healing.
Okay,
Let's go.
what was in this room again?
Which
That we're
one?
nearby?
Lots of magic and piousness. Let's go.
This room here.
Pious.
I can't see shit.
It's a small guard post of which we've opened up an invisible hole.
Let's go
Yeah, the
into
trap
the hole.
door.
It's not an invisible
actual
hole, like I
dungeon.
said. It's like a 20-foot deep shaft leads down into the ground.
Might I ask if I can have my token?
Don't worry about it. You'll be able to see when you just got something to see. Nothing to see
So
right now.
let's go ahead and go down then already.
Yeah, let's.
Wasn't there a ladder? That was correct. Somewhere?
How deep is the hole?
20 feet
20
deep.
feet?
Yes, and you all left the ladder at some other hole.
Let's go grab the ladder.
I have rope if we need it.
Let's just go grab the ladder. It's so easy. It'll take us like 5 minutes. Fuck, I mean, we did it once before. Why not again? It's just over there.
I already
Let's just
dragged
get
it
them.
once, so someone else can drag it this time.
I don't have the strength.
Yeah, y'all left it at the end of the 5 fingers.
How much strength does the monk have?
11.
Okay, come on. Let's go grab that ladder.
Okay.
It's why?
So that we don't have to drop 20 feet and lose a shit ton of nothing health for no good reason.
Like I said, I have rope.
The ladder is 25 feet long. By the
You
way,
don't want to waste
it also weighs
resources.
100 pounds.
You
I
don't want
have
to waste.
50 feet of rope.
You don't want to waste resources. You don't know how much we're going to need the rope later.
All right. While they're arguing over whether to
No,
use the
we're
rope,
going to get
I'm
the
gonna
ladder.
go grab the ladder and pick it up and move it.
That's what we did already. We left. Me and the monk did that.
All right.
Ladder's in the hole.
Yeah, I would look to the rest of the group and I'd be like, is he always so stubborn?
Yes.
Always.
I'm sorry, I
All
should
right.
be
Let's
on more.
go down the ladder. I am really tempted to take levels in Paladin just so I can smite you, quote.
I can smite you as soon as I fucking level up, you piece of shit.
I thought you were a paladin. What's
No.
a paladin? All right. You descend down the ladder. You see a number of small rounded stones and a few larger rocks lying across the floor when you get to the bottom. Otherwise, seems rather clear and able to be moved around. The ceiling extends a good 12 feet above you from ground level. Otherwise, there seem to be like dirt floors, like dug into the ground. Hold on, I'll get you a map. Move you guys over to here. You guys can be
All right,
whatever marching order you want to be in when I reveal.
All right, I'm gonna do an investigation check.
And of course, it is in darkness, so if some of you can't see, it's because you're not characters that have dark vision.
I have the light spell. I'm gonna cast it on my shield.
Alright, hold on one sec. Let me put the light on Sir Ormond. You emit light. 60 feet.
It's 20 feet.
20 feet. Changing that. So, people who couldn't see before should be able to see now, yes?
Nope.
Still
Yeah, I have dark vision.
Yeah, I got.
I can
dark vision,
barely
but I
see.
Still can't see.
I can't see at all.
Can't see at all. That's weird. I tested this before. Let's just figure this out, shall we?